Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah. Welcome everybody. This is Turbochargers. We are on July the 7th, and we're talking about this is our Q&A session where people can ask questions about anything to do with LinkedIn or the legacy building program. So, what was your question again, Kurt?
Um, I said, do you upload your TikTok videos to LinkedIn?
Yeah, so they're connected through
Sure.
repurpose.io and it costs me about 50 to $60 a month. It's not a lot.
Mhm.
But it's the amount of time that it saves me is unbelievable. I'm so glad that I can do that. And they are so like Repurpose is so good at following up and sending you messages. So if
Mhm.
something happens on the platform that it gets disconnected from one of your social media platforms, they send you an email right away. So you can go
Yeah,
in and you can reconnect it.
it
Okay,
is good that way. Yeah, for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
Because part of what has held me back from getting on LinkedIn more is I feel like I need to know Canva better.
Yeah,
Mm,
Canva is huge. Like my key platform that I use for creating pictures and here I don't know if you've seen
Numbers?
my community. Have you seen the back of my community in my classroom?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll share my screen here quickly and I'll show you.
yeah, please.
Oh, classroom. Share.
Excuse me.
There's my Thrivability for seniors. I'm going to my classroom. These have all
Just
been done on Canva.
yeah,
Yeah.
so good. And just while you're finding all that, I actually got a $50 payment from Repurpose yesterday, and I'm not even using it. So I was like, where did that come from? So obviously somebody I referred is using it,
Yeah.
and the minimum payment's $50. And so for months, there's been a $6.25 going.
Wow.
I know.
Wow,
I
that's
thought to,
awesome. I had a notice the other
I know.
day too that I had a payment come from school because somebody had bought one of my programs.
Hey.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these one-on-ones. These two here are one-on-ones,
Mm,
and I'm revamping my program for my LinkedIn Legacy Builder program, and I'm just going to make it ongoing.
yeah.
And I'm not going to have very many LinkedIn lives anymore because people can then buy into the legacy program that I've got going
Mm,
for
mm,
LinkedIn. So this one
yeah.
here is the legacy program itself, this one with the big yellow print on it.
Yeah.
So working less hours and still barely making ends meet, question mark. Oh, there's
Mm.
somebody trying to get in.
Well, better
Let's
let them
see.
in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where they are. There we are. There's Terry. Yeah, so I've gone with always going to have my turbochargers and but I won't do my live events more than maybe once a month because I'm going to make this program here, the LinkedIn Legacy Builders, into an ongoing training that people pay for.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Terry.
Just pulled in my driveway. I work out of state on Mondays.
All right.
So I'm going to put myself on mute till I get in the house and deal with my yapper dogs.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to have you with us. Okay, I'm going to go back to LinkedIn. Can you see LinkedIn?
Yep.
Okay, so what I want to do with the LinkedIn turbochargers is I would really like to use that as all these meetings as more Q&A, so you can come with your questions to ask. And
Mm,
so whatever questions you have to ask, if you could get your screen ready to share so that we can not have to spend too much time between people going to from screen share to screen share.
mm-hmm.
And that way, hopefully, I can help answer more questions. I'm always looking on LinkedIn to see if there's anything new, and they've come up with a new program.
Oh.
But the thing is, I was doing some research on it last night, so I'm not going to go into it in a big way. I think you have to get on a paid platform in order to get access to it. But what it's going to
Oh,
do is it's going to let you be able to access emails of people that you're connected to on LinkedIn automatically. Yeah.
oh,
You used to be able to do it really easy, but now they've made it so that it's hard. And I'm just going to try and remember. I'll take you into my back office and I'll go into settings and privacy. And there's account preferences. I'm trying to remember which one I was on.
yeah.
Subscriptions and payments. Let's go sign in and security, verifications, visibility, who can see or download. Okay, data privacy, invitations to connect. There's a place where you can access people's emails. That's what I'm trying to find.
That's
And I
interesting.
found it again. So I'm going, oh my gosh. So maybe we can do this. Here's a notification. So maybe that's where it was. We're searching for a job, messaging, attending events, verifications, games, news and reports, attending groups. Darn.
Visibility? Would it be in visibility?
Oh, it says right in there, access emails, right? Messaging suggestions on focused inbox. You search invites from your network. Search, manage your data activity. Oh, it looks like Terry's back. Okay. Maybe it's in account preferences. Welcome back, Cotter. You remember that show, you guys?
Oh my God. Oh yes, I used
Yep.
to love that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, darn. I can't remember where I found that. Here's email address. Who can see or download your email address? And who can see your connections?
Oh,
I've got that turned off. And representing your organizations and interests. I turned off this who can see your connections because I wanted to make sure that people that connect to me aren't going to get inundated with people inviting them to connect with them, right?
yeah, yeah.
So there's my page visit visibility is on. You could turn on this on button and you can go back and profile viewing options, your name and headline. Um, you can edit your public profile, who can see or download your email address. So this is what I wanted to see. There we go. Only visible to me or first degree connections. So I've got mine set so that my first degree
Mm,
connections can email me if they want to. But I'm not letting anybody
yeah,
else in. I tried this, anyone on LinkedIn, and I got a whole bunch of garbage emails from people guys trying
yeah,
to hit on me. And I think that that would happen to all women and all men. They'd either have women hitting on them or men hitting on them.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
I've heard some people use LinkedIn as a dating app.
Yeah. They've
Oh,
tried.
every
Uh,
app's a dating app, isn't it, these days? It's ridiculous.
That's quite true.
So see here, it says allow connection to export emails. So I
Mm.
have turned this off. I get like 150 to 200 emails a day. And
Holy moly.
it's just overwhelming. And most of them are ones that I don't really want. I didn't ask for.
Mm.
So
Bam.
want to go in here. Now remember, we're in visibility where it says visibility. And then you go to the section that says email visibility. So you can see
Is
my
that,
email there,
how
but
did
I'm
you
not
get to
letting
that
people.
page?
Pardon me?
How did you get to that page? Was that like,
Oh, okay. I'll show you. I'm going to scroll up to the top.
oh, contact info? No.
No, you go into your
Yep.
LinkedIn account and you go to the little me
Mm,
button up at the top. And once you get into that me
yep.
button, you go down to where it
Oh,
says view profile. So you open up the profile.
I'm silly. I got it.
Okay, you got it. Awesome, awesome. That's great. So there's,
That's how much I do LinkedIn. Hey, I have been on nearly, I think, 6 out of 7 days I've been on this week, so I have improved.
that's great. Awesome. You will find when you keep that up on a regular basis, then you'll find that you'll have much better results. So come on, open up on visibility. Here we are. So now we're back on so you go into privacy and settings, and then you scroll down to where it says visibility, and it turns green
Mm-hmm.
when you know that you're on the right page. And this is where you can go and see who
Yeah.
can see or download your email address, where you can edit your public profile. Now, your public profile is different from your private profile, from your personal profile. So if I click on my public profile, it's going to look different. Oh, it says site can't be reached, but the wheel is turning, so it'll probably reach it in a way. Because I don't usually use
Okay.
Google for LinkedIn. I usually use Microsoft for LinkedIn. It seems to have worked best for me over the years. The wheel is still turning around up at the top, so maybe it won't come in. Okay, I'm going to go to the back arrow, the little back arrow on the top left. Come on, guys. Open up. There we come. Something's happening.
Our favorite friend.
There we go. There, I'm back to the page. Oh, we have supercalifragilisticexpialidocious here. Hello, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I always liked that name myself. So do you have any other questions about the emails and this page
No, I
before
just
we move
changed mine.
on?
That's brilliant. Thank you. Because I've been getting a lot of emails too, so it's good to know.
Yeah, you need to go in and set it the where you
I'm just trying to figure out how to get to where you got on my cell phone.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see what I
Yeah.
can do here. I'm going to go on my cell phone and um, I have my LinkedIn app on my cell
I
phone.
got to email visibility. So you said only me or first connections or
Yeah, first connections. Yeah, you're in the right spot. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you're doing the right thing. So I've got mine set that my first connections can see my email. And not because like I mentioned earlier, I did have it set for everyone can be able to get my email. And it created havoc to say the
Yeah.
least.
It would.
Okay,
Crazy.
and you can choose dark mode. Now, whatever your preference is, I don't care for dark mode. To me, it's hard on my eyes. But
Yeah,
other
I don't
people
like it
like dark
either.
mode.
Yeah, I don't. I think
And you can
sometimes
choose.
I know we must have a really big delay. Sorry, Christine.
It seems to be more of a delay than usual, but that's okay.
Mm.
We'll just wait a second in between comments. So you need to make sure that you choose your language. That's one thing that's great about LinkedIn is you can be from any number of countries or not companies, countries. And choose the language that you want to use. So if you click on this arrow, you can just type in whichever country you want, whatever language you want, and see if they will give it to you in your language. But here's something I need to share. I've noticed over the years that most everything online is in English. It might be because that's why I've got it set where I've got it set, because I'm English speaking. But I have the odd time I've opened up LinkedIn and it's been in Spanish. I don't read or speak very much Spanish. So I don't know how that happened or why that happened. And it happened to me on Facebook a few times. I would log into Facebook and all of a sudden it would come
Wow.
in Spanish. So you can get these platforms in different languages, is what I'm trying to say. But unfortunately, for people around the world that don't grow up with English, English is considered to be the language for business around the world. So those of us who do speak English are really blessed that we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, we're going to go through some stuff here. Because that's one of the things I want to always have ready. I have to move pictures out of the way so I can get to where we want to be here. New profile. So every time we have a new 90-day run, I like to go in and change my headline a little bit
Mm.
so that it fits with our newest 90-day run. So I'm just going to go. So I've been working with the 90-day run on the digital growth community and the weekly runs with the DG.
Mm.
So let's see here. We've got a ways to go to get back to it here. 23rd. Okay, so we could do something here. Okay, we're there. I'm just about found it here. Okay, here we go. Well, it keeps asking me to reactivate my paid platform, and I'm not going to do it. I'm being stubborn.
I keep getting that too.
Well, if you ever go on it, you can go off it without any notice, right? And they don't
Yeah,
penalize you, but then they send you those notices reminding you to do it again.
yeah, I hear you. It's frustrating sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where did I put my? There we go. Find your perfect customer in 20 minutes. And then I'm going to keep grow following that listens. Let's see, it says I'm a little bit too long, so I've got to shorten it. So here's what I do. When I get stuck, then I copy this that I've got, and I'm going to take it over into ChatGPT.
I do exactly the same. I love it.
I just found out last night on a YouTube channel that Canva has its own GPT.
I think that's just started. Yes. Not that I'm right
And
into
yeah,
Canva, but yeah.
a
So,
lot of them are doing that. Like Microsoft has got their own AI now.
mm,
Okay, so I'm going to see what it comes up with here. Find your perfect customer in 20 minutes, grow a loyal following, convert with confidence, build an automated business with 3 powerful content pieces, just 2 hours a day. And it even has the 2 hashtags. So let's just see if that'll copy and paste in and fit within the 220 characters. Boy, I've gotten so that I depend on it maybe a little bit too much, ChatGPT. Ah, the red line went away. Woohoo!
it's always a bonus.
So I'm going to click save. Your intro is saved, so I'm going to X out of it. So look at it, it's already right here. Find your perfect
Mm,
customer in 20 minutes, grow a loyal following, convert with confidence, build on an automated business with 3 powerful content pieces, just 2 hours a day. And then I've got 2 hashtags.
yeah.
So it's actually quite easy to do.
Mm,
I actually really like that. So you can do the same thing with your about page. So I've had the same thing up here with my about page for a while. And I'm going to put this up here again. Okay. Oh, I hear somebody's background. Is somebody's computer on?
I had my phone on. I'm sorry. I was listening to
Oh,
something. Sorry about that.
thank you. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out where to insert this. There we go. So where it says, can you relate? Let's see how I can, but the success I was striving for seemed to so elusive. Can you relate? Okay, so I'm going to put um, this in a different place now. I'm going to cut it out of there. So where do you guys think it would fit best? And I've always seen the vision and the potential in network marketing as the vehicle to get me to my dream. But the success I was
um,
striving for seemed so elusive. Then I discovered, okay, yeah, how to find my perfect customer
mm,
in 20 minutes or less. Okay, that fits better, I think. Now, this, see, you can have up to 2,600 characters here. I'm
that's
only
quite
at
a lot, isn't it?
2285. Yeah. So I'm going to save that. There we go.
Come on, Christine, reactivate, please.
You know, I'm really tempted to do that because it makes it a fair bit easier to navigate LinkedIn. But
Mm,
what I realized is most of my clients or my people that I'm working with are on the
aren't
free
on it.
platform. And when
Yeah.
they tried to do what I was doing, it didn't work.
Mm,
And I didn't
Okay.
think that was very fair to them. So that's,
Mm.
I also stopped doing it because of when LinkedIn shut me down back in January or February. And they shut me down because I was trying to invite people to a job, which was the Legacy Builder program, and they didn't like that.
Mm.
And so don't do that. You'll have LinkedIn shut you down. And they shut me down for a whole week.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
And so
terrible.
it taught me a big lesson. And I was really angry because I was on the paid platform at that point, right?
Mm.
And I thought, well, and it also made me realize that I really needed to stop using that paid platform and go free like all the people I'm working with.
So you
Well,
were
that
shut down
makes
for
sense.
inviting people?
Pardon me?
Sorry, Donna.
No, I just said it makes sense. Sorry, Kurt.
So Christine, you were shut down for inviting people?
No, for inviting people to a job.
Oh,
And I had listed the legacy program on there as a job.
oh,
And they got mad at me for doing that.
okay.
So I went in and read their terms of use around that area. They also have a section in there where you have to be really careful using third-party providers. So platforms like Sprout Social or Buffer, I don't use them anymore with LinkedIn. And I'm really watching Repurpose closely. And I've had actual conversations with Hanny because I was really concerned about that third party application posting on LinkedIn. And they have a special screen system set up so that you can use their repurpose.io and have that connected to their platform and scheduled to go out and post at certain times on LinkedIn. And it does become disconnected on the very seldom occasion, not very often. It's happened to me once so far, and I've just been using it since I think December,
Mm.
the repurpose.io.
Yeah.
And I'll show you some of my posts that have come through. If you go to your notifications, I've got repurpose.io scheduled to post at 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. Just 3 posts a day. And I don't need to have that many posts a day going out, but because I've been trying to experiment with it a little bit, I've scheduled it for 3 posts a day. But you really only need to have 1 post a day going out on your main feed on your LinkedIn. So your main feed is this home button,
Mhm.
and
Mm.
the posts will come through here, through your main feed. So let's go into the notifications tab here. And you'll see this is one of the groups that I belong to. And it says, check out 18 new posts in my direct selling professionals worldwide. So these are really good to click on and to go inside and see what kinds of discussions are happening in here.
Mm.
Luxury whispers, it doesn't beg, empty space equals power, minimalism isn't emptiness. So this guy is talking about the fact that you only need to post once a week.
Oh, really?
Well, no, pardon me, once a day, not once a week, once a day.
Hmm.
And then you can go through here and see what other posts have been done. So there are people posting about their weight loss. Look at the weight that's been lost by this person. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Mm.
So quite a few of them are using video, and I'm finding that video is really important. You can get some pretty, now this one is a little bit too cluttered. Not a lot of people would read this
Mm.
Yep.
because there's too much clutter in the middle.
And you can't
And
actually read it without expanding it by the looks
no,
as
that's
well.
right. Yeah,
Mm.
it's hard to read. So it helps to go through the posts that other people are posting and see what they're doing. So people are using more video. They're actually demonstrating how different things work.
Mm.
And then whatever, now this is too much, right? You can't, all you can do is see that it's an iPad but you can't read anything on here.
I thought it was an air fryer.
Well, it's an iPad that's got the picture on it and they're
Yeah,
advertising the air fryer, right?
yeah.
So they're and I try to answer some of these. Would you take a wellness test if it could show inflammation or yeah, inflammation levels? And I would say already did because I did years ago. And so you go into your groups that you belong to, maybe one more time a week at least, because
Hmm.
on Tuesdays and Wednesdays are when I publish my articles each week. And then I also pre-schedule another newsletter to go out on the following Monday, right? So I pre-schedule my newsletters. So I've got a newsletter going out and an article being published on my LinkedIn. The newsletter, I don't copy that and paste it in the groups at all. I just do it with my article. It seems to be that they like that best. I haven't been asked to leave any groups for a long time. And that's another thing that we need to be aware of when we ask to join groups and they accept us into those groups, then we need to behave ourselves and not be over rambunctious, as my dad used to say, and just find two or three other posts in that group and comment, like and comment on those so that people feel like you're part of the organization and you're not just trying to say, here's my new this, here's my new that, pitch, pitch, pitch. They don't like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I just check on one more, but I'm shocked at how a lot of these posts they try to put too much on there, right?
Hmm.
They have to keep them a lot more simple because they get more readers if they're kept more simple. This is kind of neat to have this movement on there. Like what we're taught. We're taught to stop the scroll, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to go back into my notifications here. And so this is a group that I've been building up for a friend, the Seattle Business Network, and I still go in there and like and comment on some of their posts, but still a very small group because I haven't been really concentrating hard on building it.
Hmm.
And then we've got this James is part of our organization with the Legacy Builders.
Oh,
And so he's found one of my posts, one of my videos. Imagine if your name lived on, not in lights, but in warm beds and full plates. So I've been really pushing on the seniors theme
hmm.
especially since that I'm going to be pushing on it even more since I've got that viral video that's gone out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's all about leverage, isn't it, really?
yeah, that's right. So, and I forget sometimes. So I try to put a different scarf on because I hate pulling things over my head and putting them back
Hmm.
on and getting into different things. So I've sort of adopted a method of I've got all kinds of scarves. People call me at church the scarf lady because I have a different scarf every time I go to church. So I thought, well, rather than have different tops and change those, I can just put a different scarf on.
Mm. Easy.
It works.
Yeah.
So let's go back into notifications again. You have to go back into your notifications after you've selected one. And so this is one of my articles that I published. So see how I keep them. I try to keep them simple,
Mm.
right? So they're easy to read.
Absolutely. That
And the
is
reason I've
great.
got my face on there is it's just so that people realize who I am, right?
Mm.
Brand.
So they can go in, and so I've got a couple of reactions in on this one. So I go back into notifications again and select a different one. They want me to reactivate premium, so I'm not going to click on that. And they tell you on LinkedIn when your video has been successfully uploaded. So before I go any further, while we're on videos, I go into my TikTok back office. I'm going to go into my TikTok back office here and see. So you have to have a video that's in the process of being published, right? Imagine being 80 with nowhere to sleep. So I'm going to go down. So you go up into the gear wheel at the top. I think that's where you go. Oh, no, that's not where you go. So I'm going to click on next. So you go down on the bottom there. You click on the next button. This is when you're in the process of editing a video.
Oh,
Click
yeah.
on that next button, and it opens you up to this screen here, where you at the top where you put your description.
Mm-hmm.
This is your description page. So scroll down to where it says more options. Can you see where it says more options? It's second up from the bottom. It says more
Okay.
options. So you click on more options, and then you get another drop down or pop-up message screen, and you scroll down to where it says save posts with watermark. It's the second one up from the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
and I've got it turned off. So
Mm-hmm.
it says save posts with watermark, and I've got it turned off. So all my posts that I do on TikTok are going to be saved without the TikTok watermark.
Mm.
So you got that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm putting it back in my drafts. Whoops, I think it went out.
Oh, no.
Well,
That's
okay.
so easy to
It'll
do.
it'll just be for my fourth video, I think, that went out today. I figure if I do 3 to 5 videos a day, I'm doing good.
It'll be
Yeah.
a test.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's scroll down here and see if there's some more. The Thrivability Digest.
149.
149 new subscribers for my newsletter.
Woo-hoo.
Right. How are you guys coming? Are you anybody at 500 plus yet?
No.
You have to get on there every day and invite 5 to 10. I would
I'm
push
over
it.
500, but I haven't done anything on LinkedIn really.
Oh my goodness.
I have 362.
Great.
Oh, nice.
You're getting there. That's nice. Less than 200 to go. So about 100.
Look them up like you do when you sort them out by country or, you know,
Yeah.
what you filter them as. I can't do any of that on my phone. So
Mhm.
basically, I'm stuck either going through all the groups I belong to and scrolling through the entire thing of 20 plus thousand members,
Mm.
trying to find ones that don't sound like they want me to hire them to do something for me.
Yeah.
Aw.
So
Okay,
it's
I'm going.
taking longer. Plus, when I see ones that I've already tried before and it says pending, I'm thinking I should have already been to 500 if all the pending ones would have just accepted me.
Oh, I hear
Yeah, it
you.
takes
It
time.
takes it
Yeah.
takes people longer to accept connection requests on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in my LinkedIn right now, and I just clicked in the top left corner or right corner on my phone. In the top right corner, there's a little icon for messages, and
Mm-hmm.
I clicked on that, and this is the window that opened up on my phone. And then across the top, it says focused jobs, unread, drafts, InMail, and all filters. So you click on all filters, and another little menu pops up at the bottom there in white. And on that menu, it says jobs, drafts, unread, stars, starred, in mail, and my connections. And you can click a little circle on the side. So right on this side here, there's a bunch of little circles. I don't think you can see them.
Mm.
You click on those little circles for the ones that you want to see. So you want to go to, you can read your messages and then your connections on there. Okay, let's go to uh, those are your messages. So it lists your messages in there. There's a blue dot down this side beside some of the messages, and those messages are unread when you're on your phone.
Mm.
This is good for all of us because we all travel in our vehicles and we sit at a stoplight. We can work on our stuff while we're waiting for the lights to change.
Oh, we're not allowed to. We get fined for that.
Do you really? Oh,
Yep. If you
okay.
have your phone in your hand or if you're using your phone while you're driving at traffic lights, even sitting in the car with the keys in the ignition, they
Oh,
will fine you,
really?
even if you're outside your own home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So you can't do videos in the car.
allow it because it's a distraction to your driving. See?
Yeah, but if you're parked in your driveway,
Mm-hmm.
they'll still give you a ticket.
They could do, yeah, if they've been
Oh,
following you
oh my
for any
gosh.
reason. Have to be
Wow.
very careful. Same with drinking, drinking and driving. If you're in your car outside your house and you have the keys in your ignition and you've been drinking, they will charge you with DUI if you're over the limit with
Oh
the
my goodness.
intent to drive.
Yeah, it looks like the intent to drive if you've got your keys in the ignition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have the keys in the ignition, that would help, wouldn't it?
It might help your case. It depends on where exactly they might be
Mm-hmm.
sitting.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people do their videos for their TikTok videos. They do them in their cars.
I
Yep.
know. You just
Yeah, a
can't
lot
do
of
them
people
here.
do. And I've even done it the odd time myself.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've done it too. I've gone live in my car before.
Cool. So there's three dots on the right side of the search messages bar on your phone. When you click on those three dots, it says manage conversations, set an away message. So you can only unlock that with premium. And manage settings. So if you click on manage settings, so this takes you into privacy and settings. So if you click on manage settings, it takes you into privacy and settings on your phone.
Mm.
Yeah. And when you first log into LinkedIn, at least on my phone, and I'm on an iPhone, do you have an iPhone, Terry?
No, I have an Android.
Okay. There may be a few little things different, but for the most part, they're pretty much similar because I work with my techie sons on the phone. So there are posts here. Oh my gosh, somebody just phoned me. Is now a good time for us to talk? Okay.
Hi, on the
So
call.
if you go, when you first log into LinkedIn, across the bottom, you should have these little icons. Do you see those? And the
I
one
have
on the
I
very,
have home, video, network, notification, and jobs is all I have
right,
access.
that's good. So if you click on my network, that's where you can see those posts that I was telling you about, where all the videos come through and people comment and like and on your posts and notifications.
On
Okay.
my network, all it
Okay, my
shows.
network. Those are accepted connections. Sorry. Those are accepted connections. So I could just say is inviting you to connect. I'm going to accept that. There's another one that's inviting me to connect. I'm going to accept that. Well, yeah. Robert Anthony Martinez invited you to attend Yellow Pages launch event. I don't know if I want to go to that. Oh, and you can add to calendar. These are little pop-ups that are happening while I'm going through these. Cool. And then while you're on that page where you get the invitations, this is where the LinkedIn has at the bottom where they have all the suggested people that you might want to connect with. Do you see that, Terry? So this is when you have your headshot on one side and your little message thing on the other side. And you know where you see the people that have invited you to connect, and you can decide who to connect with and who not to. And if you scroll down a little bit further, there's all the people that LinkedIn's suggesting might be people you want to connect with. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah. And
Beautiful.
so just work through those.
She's muted.
It's
No.
all people that they sound like they want you to hire them, or they're healers or marketers, or so
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's
you
taken a
might
long time.
you might find 5 people in there, but I always take a quick check and just quickly run through just to see if there's anybody that might be a possible good connection. Oh, I found one here that's got open to work. Can you see that open to work there?
Mm.
There it
That's what
shows up.
I've been focusing on lately is those ones to start with,
Yeah,
just to build up a little bit.
on the you talking about the open to work? Which ones are you talking about to start with?
Uh, that open to work.
Yeah.
I'm going in
Okay.
and having a look at their profiles just to see what they do, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously choosing the right ones, being a bit picky and choosy about it. But
Oh, I've already invited them. So I just go through. There's another one open to work. Let's see if that one, yeah, that one worked. Um, Marketing students, I don't usually connect with. I don't usually do the follows, and I don't usually join the groups unless it happens to be a group that I think would be really great for my perfect customer. And there's one that came up here that says in this headline, it says affiliate marketing. I think I better connect with that. So, but if it's somebody who's in massage therapy or something like that, they're not as likely. There's a marketing leader. Um, ADHD friendly. No, I don't think I'll do that. Yeah, just go through because there's a lot here that you could go through and check on. And then I would go into the search bar and type in my people, do that people search. So you type people. I'm doing this all on my phone here. So you type in the word people and you click search in the bottom corner. And then there's the same menu that you see in the top of your computer. So I clicked on people again, right? And now it says first, second, third. So I'll click on second. And then it's got location. So I'm going to check locations. And so United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to click on show results. So there's my search for the people so far, but I want to add some more though, more than just location. I want to go with current company. So what I found works the best is to put in the name of a network marketing company. So like I'll try Avon. Avon, I think recently went out of business, didn't they go out of business recently?
Probably. I don't know.
So I've got Avon there. Show results. Okay, so it gave me a whole list of people in Canada, the United States, and the UK and Australia that I can look through. And the top one on my list is a woman, and she happens to have that green circle around her headshot that says open to work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click on her and click the little man to invite. So you're letting the search engines know that you're clicking on these invites. This isn't in the groups, right? This is just a people search on LinkedIn. And then here's one in Northampton, UK. People, culture, and organization, United Kingdom, Avon. So most all of these, you can just click on them to invite them to connect with you, right? Because they're narrowed down to your people search, because they're all in Avon. Then when you finish going through that, invitation sent, says invitation sent. And you watch the pop-up menus that LinkedIn gives you, because when you get to 10, they're going to be more likely to send you a message that says you've reached your limit. Are you following, Terry?
I am following, and what I'm wondering now is after I get all of that done and it gives me a list, do I just pick anybody or do I pick people that are more look like they might be more my perfect customer as far as age goes?
I haven't been worrying much about age.
Okay.
I I find that I get people of all ages that reach out to me and ask me questions. So I hope that helps you a little bit. So you do maybe 4 or 5 invites for Avon, and then you go in and change to another company. So then you might want to do Mary Kay, right? Or one of the things I do is go into Google and I'll do a search for top 100 network marketing companies. Okay, can you see my screen, guys? It's all blue with a few little icons in the middle. So top 100 network marketing companies. I'm going to click on that. Oh, it says this site can't be reached. Oh, darn. Okay, I'm going to go back.
Well,
In top 100 network marketing companies in the world. So let's click on that one, see if that helps. Oh, and then there's top 50 network marketing companies in the world. Ah, that one's going to be successful. Okay, so there's a little arrow on the side. New global MLM. 50 best network marketing companies. So you kind of go down a bit of a rabbit hole before you actually find a list of companies. But this one has Amway, Herbalife, Avon, Forever Young, Mary Kay. And so you could do searches for each of those different ones when it comes to the type of business. You can do it on your computer, but I was just doing it on my phone to help Terry a little bit today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I hope that that makes sense. And then you can go back into going into the home page, network. In the search bar, type in groups. And click on groups and make sure that it's going to show up all those little buttons at the top, and groups is one of them. You have to click on groups. And then it lists a bunch of groups below. You see all those different groups? So and it tells you how many members. So you've got software, technology, AI, startup. So you've got the groups thing. So what you want to do is in the actual search bar, you want to change your search a little bit to network marketing. And the groups went unhighlighted, so I had to click on the groups again. So now it's got me a list of network marketing groups that I can choose from. They're all listed there. And you can see how many members. The Startup Specialist has 1 million members. The Small Business Network has 339,000. The Direct Selling Professionals has 22,000. The Marketing to Women Network is 20,000. The Power 4-MLM and Network Marketing has 8,000. So you're looking for groups that have 3,000 or more members, okay? There's one here that says 1,000 members. Don't join that group. There's Marketing Executive Network. That's 129,000. And there's 363,000 members in the Chief Marketing Officer, CMO network. But there's
So
a
what's your
lot.
guideline for this?
Pardon
Sorry,
me?
Christine. What's your guideline for the size of the group? You said 1,000 don't join. That's too small, I guess.
Yeah, 3,000 or more. You have
Okay.
to be in it has to have 3,000 or more members. The reason for that is because if they have less than that, they can see you when you leave. Because you're
Uh,
only in those groups. You're not in them to build the group itself. You're in them to use inventory to find people for your customers, right? And when you get all the way down to the bottom, like there's page after page after page of possible groups. And I'm
mhm.
down several pages now, and I'm still seeing groups that have 5,000, 10,000, 10,000, 5,000. And then you can change the search from network marketing to home-based business or startups, small business startups. So I'll just do startups. Okay, and I'll hit the search button. So I've got groups and startups in the search bar. I've got startups, and then I've got the button selected that's for the groups, right? And it's come up with another new search. So it's got the software technology, which it had before, startup specialists, which it had before, and now it's got women startup specialists, AI Africa, African artificial intelligence, medical devices. These are all big companies, like 1,091,000, 201,000, 180,000, 230,000 for the Egypt business communities. I would hesitate to join the African and the Egypt. Their banking systems are different over there, and it's harder to get them set up and to help them get the business working. And I wouldn't join the blockchain and crypto ones because they never leave you alone.
No,
No.
I
You
don't.
guys have probably all had that experience.
Oh, yeah.
Hundred.
Traders and, yeah.
Mm.
So there's one group here. It says business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups. It's got 96,000 members. And it says, welcome to business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups, an international hub connecting a vibrant, I'm going to click on it here, vibrant community of 50,000 plus forward-thinking business leaders and innovators. So there's always an introductory statement for each of these different groups that you join.
Mm.
So then when you do a search, okay, we're doing this on our phones. You just click on one of the groups. So I'm already in one of these groups, the Women Startup Specialists. And you can go into that group and there's a 3 dots on the right, update group settings, manage group notifications, leave group, report this group. So you can manage group notifications, click on that. All most relevant and off. I've got mine set to most relevant. So that also helps you, and this is on my phone, that also helps you find your perfect customer. So you want to click on invite or share. So if you want to invite people to connect with you, there's an invite button you can click on. But you can't do the search. Oh, yes, you can. Let's see if you can search. Search it says search connections by name. So let's try AA. Yeah, it works. Haha. So in that line at the very top, right below where it says invite connections, you can just, it says search by name, but just type AA in there and it'll change the search to people with the name that starts with AA.
Hmm.
And then you do AB.
Yep.
There we go. No connections found with AB. So let's try AC. There's a bunch on the list from with AC. And then you just go through the list and see if any of those fit your perfect customer. So it's a little bit more, uh, um, it's a little bit slower, shall I say?
More tedious.
Yeah, doing it through the groups. But my most preferred way to search is the people search, where you just type in people and then you get a choice of all those different buttons, and then you hit the people button again, and then you can type in the type of businesses and get that all set up.
You said it before, but how many groups do you try to limit yourself to joining?
I think I've got about 23 or 25.
Okay.
You can join up to 100 groups,
Yeah,
but
that's a lot though.
humbly speaking, it's really hard to manage 100 groups
Yep.
because it takes me about 20 minutes to repurpose my articles. When I publish an article on LinkedIn, I repurpose it in the groups and show it in the groups as a post. It takes me about 20 minutes, and that's 23 to 25 businesses or groups, I should say, not businesses, groups that I'm posting in. And because when you go and post, you need to like and comment on 2 or 3 of the posts that are already in there so that people don't feel like they're being slapped in the face with pitches. Do you guys have any other questions?
I don't right now.
No.
Okay, we're over time. I love doing this. I love going through LinkedIn and helping everybody understand how to use it. But it does take consistent effort to make it work for you. You have to be on it every day for a few minutes. So try
Yeah.
just setting your timer for 15 minutes and just, invite 3 to 5 people to connect with you. Maybe today you do the one that's um, the people search. Maybe tomorrow you do the one that's the group search. And maybe the next day you do the one that's the connection search where your connections are.
Yeah. This is always brilliant, Christine. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. I'm so glad I have techie sons.
Yeah, can I adopt them?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Wear 'em out.
Well, I'm
yeah,
so glad you helped me find some more places to look on my phone.
you're very welcome. You're very, very
Brilliant.
welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be going to a wedding. Um, our oldest granddaughter is getting married on the 2nd of August.
How exciting.
And I'm flying out to Washington State on the 31st, and I am baking the cake, doing
Huh,
wedding cake.
Wow.
That's why I'm going out there a couple of days early so that I can be able to have a chance to get the cake all baked. Well, cakes. They want me to bake 3 cakes.
income,
My
3K.
specialty is chiffon cakes.
And so what?
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you say? You broke up. What?
Oh, sorry. I'm baking chiffon
A
cakes.
chiffon.
Yeah, they're very high. My chiffon cakes
Oh,
are
okay.
about
So you are
six and
doing
a
that
half inches
for a
high.
side income.
Yeah. So, when I'm
Yeah.
at the wedding, I don't know if I'll be able to do my LinkedIn turbochargers because I'm not sure what kinds of activities are going to be happening because
And breaking up.
am I breaking up still? Can you hear me?
Got nothing, Christine. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
During garbled speech.
That's okay. I think all the kids
I
are
think she
getting on
froze.
there gaming. We live in
I
an
think she
apartment.
jumped in the ocean.
Okay. Oh, there you go, Mark.